Well, come on, people. City League Sports Show today. Joining me in the City League Legacy Lounge is the one and only Tomeka Brown, Marion-Franklin High School. Say hello to everybody for
a moment.
Hey,
how's everybody doing?
Hear your voice a little bit out here.
How's everybody doing? Pleasure to be here.
Yes,
Thank you for having me.
Come on, hey, look, I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarino, and today we get to catch up with one of the special ones. That's what I call you. I'm putting you one of the special.
All right, I'll take it.
Because and let me share, right? Like I share my own little piece to start the show.
Okay.
For me, you know, I got different sets of memories about City League basketball.
Okay.
I got these stories I used to hear from that little group of people that were older than me. Mm-hmm. So this is 85 to 90.
Okay.
I used to hear some of those, right?
Right.
As a kid. And then I got my memories from when I was playing.
Right.
Right. And then I got this first little bank of memories from when I was at school.
Okay.
And you're in the bank of when I was at school memories. Because I used to hear about you and everybody would say, Tomeka killing. You know, every time I come check in on home, what's going on? You know, I always want to get the scoop.
That's awesome.
And I used to have my family save the newspapers for me. Mm-hmm. So they would save the Columbus Dispatch, and then I would have them send the sports section to me at school.
Okay.
You was killing. You was killing at Marion-Franklin.
Oh man.
So come on. So let's go back, Marion-Franklin. You're a 98 grad.
Yes.
Dig in and share your first. I'm just give us any little memory. Let's get your voice go out there. Give us a memory of basketball, something you remember about playing at Marion-Franklin.
First,
before I even get into any questions.
Before we get into anything, I think people need to know that I was the first class of open enrollment. Mm-hmm. So I was a Medina Middle School girl.
Yes, indeed. Okay, North Linden.
No, Brittenell off of Agler.
Okay.
Off of Agler.
Yep, okay.
So my school would have been Brookhaven. Mm. So I would have been with the Brookhaven crew with Helen, Khalid, Tish, all of those. But
well,
my brother went to
I was saying Medina's in North Linden.
Yes.
The location of Medina. Okay.
Yes. Yep. So I'm the first class of open enrollment, and my brother went to Marion-Franklin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, my guy.
So I've had to follow behind that, using the wisdom in regards to education, and really wasn't worried about anything athletic. Yeah. So I just think that was one of the best decisions of my life, actually.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, and so I did not know that. Yeah. I wasn't sure what part of the city you grew up in. Did you play at Medina? Were you hooping in middle school?
I started.
Okay.
I was a track athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was a track athlete.
Well, you was a super athlete that just also ran track.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I started with my music teacher, threw a ball in my hand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's how it started.
Just music teacher something. Hey, look, let's figure it out.
My brothers and my father played basketball.
No doubt.
But I come
say
from
who they are. Get a listener. Say who they are.
Aaron Brown, Roy Brown's my father.
Yeah.
Legends.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't know that was in me at all until John O. Severe
said, "Come on, here
Medina,
you go.
Just try it your fast. Try it out."
And then there you go. So then
there it went.
So then you land at Marion-Franklin. Mm-hmm. Are you playing as a ninth grader?
Yes.
Okay, start off right away.
That ninth grade, man, it went from all gas, no break. Mm. It went from not even playing basketball to playing with the best.
Okay.
So I would play with all the guys. Play with the top women. Mm-hmm. And then during that time we had Columbus Quest and those things going on. Yeah. To where I start playing with them.
Oh, wow.
Which, as I look back at it, it's like, oh, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Just starting to play.
Yeah.
And
so you had some nice opportunities then at a young age.
Amazing opportunities.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know. It just was.
It was natural for you.
It was natural for me.
Yeah. So we're gonna stick around in this Marion-Franklin space for a while. Obviously, you shared some stuff that even I didn't know, right? Mm-hmm. Like from a hooping standpoint, mm-hmm. you're getting it in. So when you look back at Marion-Franklin basketball, mm-hmm. Tuck was your coach, mm-hmm. right?
Yep.
And so for those people who don't know Gary Tucker.
Yes. Pops.
Yes, indeed. Come on. And the beauty of it is, for those of us that are all part of this kind of Columbus City and mm-hmm. even basketball community, like I see Tuck all the time.
Right.
You see Tuck all the time.
Right.
He was just at the game.
Right.
We sit there and chop it up. You would think like you could connect with some of us in conversation. And it would be like, even if you haven't seen somebody for 5 years, you could pick up
like it was yesterday.
Like you just bumped into him at Bob Evans or Roosters or something like that, right? So what was that like playing for Tuck?
At that time, that was young Tuck, so that was high energy. Lot of wisdom, lot of guidance.
Right.
So me being a high energy person, to have a high energy coach, I just think it was a good fit.
Okay.
Because I looked up to him, him and Pops. I called him Pops and Mary, Mom. I mean, it was a good family dynamic.
Certainly.
It kind of just, for me, it just made me feel safe.
Okay. Okay.
Just, being a kid just out there, he just allowed me to be who I was.
Okay.
And he would push me. He just would push me to be great. Everything we would do, we gonna figure it out together.
Yeah.
But one thing I need you to do, Tuck going, hey, one thing I need you to do is get it done.
Yeah. Is that a Tuck gesture?
That's a Tuck thing.
Hey,
that's
it.
He would give me the Tuck.
Double backhand little clap there. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and he was just an amazing person, not just a basketball coach, just an amazing human being. And I was just honored to be a part of, he was a part of my life, and I was just honored to reciprocate the same thing, not only on the basketball court.
Right.
Yeah.
So give the listeners, let's like, is there a moment at Marion-Franklin you hooping? Is there a game that you remember? Is there a moment? Because I would have assumed, just like, we were talking here a moment ago, and I used to, like I said, I used to get newspapers and follow, and you're looking at the box scores. Back then, we didn't have the social media and all the different outlets. Is there a moment when you said like, oh man, I'm out here getting it, I'm doing this? Is there something that helps you remember that?
Not really. Which is funny. I was just the kind of person who, I started off in entertainment, then in track, then in basketball. I just was a high level person.
Okay. You are a high level person.
Put a goal there, accomplish it, let's figure out what's next.
Right.
Didn't come from a place of much like, hey, gratitude, you did it. It was just like, okay, that's what you were supposed to do. On to the next thing.
Right.
So for myself now, being a mother, it's really the first time I really kind of, look back at some things. My brother, a couple months ago, my middle brother, Kevin, we were just sitting there over the holiday, and he pulled something from under the table with a notebook, and he flipped it open, and he started reading off numbers.
Like a little scrapbook.
Man, I didn't even know he was talking about me, Vinny.
Right.
He naming numbers, 200 and such and 4 games and and rebounds and this. And I'm like, who you talking about?
Right.
He was like, you.
Right.
I said, whoa.
Right.
Bro, I was really doing it like that.
And I'm over here getting a little shivers because those are the memories, those are the numbers that I have. Because see, I have a memory of you,
man.
But then I got the just a paper memory.
Oh my!
Right, because I wasn't here, so I'm not seeing a lot of games.
Right.
I'm just seeing stuff on paper, and I'm like
that was crazy,
right?
I mean, and for me, it was one of those humbling moments.
Right.
Like Tomeka, you really was out there, like
right.
You new age,
and let's share this, right? So like your senior year, you're averaging 25 a game.
Yeah.
Right. What's your high school career high?
I think it was 43.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Like 43 and 3/4 stuff.
Yeah,
so I was still kind of mad at Tuck.
Yeah, you could have went on ahead. You could have went for 50 piece, right?
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying to myself, like what I think a lot of young people don't get, because they got kind of this social media platform. A lot of them think like I'm the first. And I say, well, nah, you ain't far from the first.
Far from the first.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the list is really long. You're one of many great ones. You're doing great right now.
Right.
But I don't want you to get too delusional into thinking, hey, look, I'm the first one. No, you're not the first one. It was some special ones. We started off. It was some special ones.
Right. Before
you started doing this, there was other folks out here dumping 40s out there too.
Right.
And so your senior year, you're averaging 25. How does, well, before we go there, what was your senior year like? Because I'm going to turn that into another question for a moment. How did the team do that year?
We did okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we did good. We had Monique Davis, you know.
Did y'all win the South?
We won the South, yes, and I believe we played Northland the city championship.
You did.
And we lost.
Yep.
To one of my best friends, Tanisha Cook.
Tanisha Cook, yeah,
you
come
know,
on. I got Tanisha Cook's name right here in the notes. Yes, I did. Tanisha Cook, right?
Me, Chazzy, Monique, we tried to get it done. I mean, one of the best memorable moments for me was just getting there, you know, taking a program that came from, I think I remember this, statistic-wise, we had the worst losing streak in Central Ohio when I came in as a freshman.
Okay.
So that's all I worried about. We're going to be better. Right. You know, with us being in this uniform, and let's just make sure we represent it properly. Okay, that's all. Did you know Tuck before you got there? Or did you meet Tuck when you got there? Tuck actually was the assistant coach of my brother Aaron. Oh, okay. Because he coached with Dean. Yep. On the boys' side. And see, so just for all of our listeners, I just want you to understand the example that just happened. The beauty of all of us who have been around. You can say Dean, and I automatically know you're talking about Dean Washington. Dean Washington. Right? But there's a whole bunch of people who don't even know who that is. Right? Yeah, pop that collar. Come on, pop that collar. And I've had the joy of knowing Dean as a young guy. I played against him as a kid when he was coaching. And, you know, when he had Kurt and them guys. Oh, man. And then I was lucky enough to still get a couple of wins when Kurt and them left, right? So I snuck me a couple wins in there because we didn't beat Kurt and them guys. Okay. But I snuck some wins in afterwards. Okay. And then being able to follow somebody like Dean for a career and see him throughout Columbus City and all the special stuff that he brings to the table, right? Awesome. So Tuck was working with Dean. Yep. You come in now, and I don't know if you knew this or not, 98, so your senior year, Tuck was the state coach of the year. I didn't know that. Come on. See, Tuck's a humble guy. I didn't know that. Tuck was state coach of the year. Wow. Ohio state coach of the year. I did not know that. Yes, indeed. And I shared that with you because we have a lot of great coaches. And the coaching history is amazing because there's a lot of people who were state coach of the year. Yeah. But Tuck was state coach of the year your senior year, 97, 98. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yes, indeed. There's not many things out. That's awesome. So I thought you would enjoy hearing that. I saw Tuck recently, and I said to him, because as I'm doing my notes and production, preparing for your show, okay, I came across that myself, and I saw Tuck. I said, hey, look, man, me and you have talked basketball 100 times. And you have never mentioned that. You've never mentioned that one time, which speaks to the character, you know what I mean, for 100%. Him. Because, like, he ain't running around out here, and then you go look up and you dig in some of the, like, the kids call them receipts, right? Right. You go dig up the receipts. He got a lot of them. Yeah, his name is sitting right there, right? So you were blessed to have somebody who really understood, like you said, high energy. Yep. And I think this is the piece that a lot of people want to know. Yeah. How does Ohio State happen? So you're in high school, you out here getting it, you over on the south side, you're doing all these amazing things, and then we all look up and you at OSU. It was an interesting journey, and this is the first time anyone has ever asked me this question. Come on, let's get it. Because a lot of people kind of just see. Turn your radios up, people. They just kind of see what you do, but they don't know, like, your journey. Right. I was a kid that never played AAU. Okay. I believe it was the end of my sophomore year. It was kind of just getting heavy. It was just getting heavy. It really wasn't like it just was getting heavy. Yeah. John Coffey would read the newspaper, and he would just keep up with numbers. Yeah. And he came up to Marion-Franklin gym, and as he walked in, you know, my mother, Kathy Moore, said, "Who is this other white guy walking in the gym? Let me see who he came to see." Right. And those two were very pivotal in my life. He came in. I ended up playing for the Dayton Lady Hoop Stars, which we have a show on Disney Channel about our AAU team. I mean, it was so phenomenal to where everybody on our team went big time Division I for years and years and years to come. I mean, Tomeka Williams, you know, you got Tanya McClure, you got, I mean, you have a lot of people. Yeah. So I played, my 1 year I played AAU. I was like All-American, would come home to trash bags full of mail. Right. Ohio State wasn't on my top 5. Oh, wow. People don't know that. Okay. I wanted to be a duplicate of Marion Jones. Okay. I wanted to run track and play basketball for North Carolina. Right. So that's what I was going to do. And that's what my mind was on.
Okay.
Ohio State switched coaches.
Was all that normal for you? Like as you're still looking back on it, because kid, it's not normal to have trash bags full of mail.
It was overwhelming.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. At least some part of it,
man,
then, right?
It was.
At least some part of it was a bit much.
It was overwhelming to where you had to have like a good measuring, like feeder system. Hey, man, I didn't read the mail that was typed.
Right.
Not being arrogant, but
no, I get it.
I just wanted it to be personal, because
it's the difference. Kids don't understand the difference between kind of that form mail letter and the one where a coach put a pen on a piece of paper and said a few things too, which I'm sure you got a lot of those.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a little wisdom, so I was like, hey, they could just put my name in there and it's just, they sent this out to 1,000 people. I don't want to read it.
Right.
Somebody that wrote something personal that I might have ran past during a game or something. Yeah. I would just go through them and really just being a person of faith and a person of prayer. That's the only way you could have navigated during that time because it was insane. Yeah. Everything was better than Southside Columbus, you know what I mean? So top schools and, going to visits, it's their job to woo you.
No doubt.
So...
Well, and let me share, university campuses are made to look special.
They're made to look special.
Yeah, so no matter where you're from,
right.
Most campuses, you're going to land on campus and go, this is better from where I'm at, even if you're living in the most beautiful place.
Right.
Because they got all, the landscaping is always done.
Right.
All the stones are clean.
Right.
The university campuses are made to look good, right?
And just to let everybody know is that the same thing they do for the male athletes, they do for the female athletes,
indeed.
Probably with a little bit of sauce on it too. So during that time, I mean, it was just an amazing process. And the only way I was able to really sift through it was prayer. Okay. Big, huge person of faith.
Right.
And that's the only way I could make the decision, honestly.
Okay. So who was a part of that top 4 or 5 when you were first sitting down?
It was North Carolina. Yeah. It was Rutgers because C. Vivian Stringer is huge in my life. Yeah. Wendy Larry at Old Dominion.
Okay. Old Dominion's in Virginia?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm from Virginia, which people don't know.
Okay.
And I can't remember, it was probably 2 just because I had friends that was like on the team or like coaches on the staff or something like that. Yeah. And the only reason why I wanted to get out of Ohio because I just wanted to spread my wings. I wanted to see other things and it didn't happen like that. My brother had his first kid.
Okay.
I knew my niece Kayla was coming along. Yeah. And I'm a big family person.
Okay, right.
I went to the shot when it was just dirt with a hard hat on.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, really the rest was history. After I did that, man, it was like...
So you went and took a visit at Ohio State?
Yes.
Okay.
And I wasn't going to.
Okay.
So I took a visit with my brother, Aaron, my cousin, Sean. We did. Yeah. Man, I look back at those pictures, man. Right. I'm like, man, I looked good. Right. Like, man, just looking at the times, beeper on the side, chain on. Right. But it was phenomenal. And Tuck could tell you this. I told him, he would ask me all the time, give me some guidance. Right. And he would say, I said, hey, when I know what school I'm going to go to, just please answer the phone. I said, he's a man of faith as well. Yep, so he always was guiding me. Yeah. And I said, when I get the answer, if it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just please answer the phone. Okay. It was one of those moments, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Coach, hey, set a press conference. I'm going to Ohio State. Wow. And that was it. And with those 2 decisions with my school, man, Marion-Franklin and going to Ohio State, I just believe those were the best decisions for me. So you're saying this, and now I have to ask. You're talking about decisions, and I want parents, I want kids, I want people to resonate and understand this. You're talking about decisions that were made at age 14 and 18. Yes, right? 17. I was a young. I didn't even turn. So 13 and 17. That's it. Yeah. Who's there along the way? Who needs to get some love right now while we're talking about who was your support team that helped make those decisions for a 13, 17-year-old? Really just anybody that was in my life at that time, my mother and father. Yeah. First of all, Liz Riley. And kids, Roy listen Brown. To your parents. We know a little something. Listen to your parents, but at the same time, like you have to understand that they see something in you that you might not be able to see just yet. Come on. And learn to be obedient. Right. Learn to follow directions. Come on. And when you do that, I think they lead you onto a path that eventually your lights will come on.
Right.
And for me, my lights came on early just from being involved in, music.
Okay.
So when I was doing that, I was, doing things in Central Ohio at my son's age.
Okay.
From being on Good Morning America, having albums and that type of stuff. So I had a disciplined life as well as track. Being able to be with, we have Olympic gold medalists here in Central Ohio that I was running with, on my first stage at that level too. So just being able to try to get the best out of me, it wasn't even me.
Yeah.
I was just trying to keep up.
Okay.
With what was, keep up.
Right.
Just keep up. And as I began to work hard and keep up, my lights kind of came on.
Okay.
So from everybody, my grandma, my brothers.
Right.
Thank you for my niece Kayla being born.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have been in Columbus, I really would have got out of here.
Okay.
And Kathy Moore.
Yeah. 100%.
Which is my angel.
Right.
I don't want to cry, but everybody, if you're from Columbus Public Schools and you know Kathy Lynn Moore.
Yes, indeed.
Just changed my life.
Yeah.
Being able to listen and give me direction.
She was a guiding light for a lot of people because, and so when we were talking, before the show began, pre-show here, we were talking about Kathy briefly, and I shared with you, certainly knew the game of basketball, right? Because this is a sports show too, right? I say too, right? This is a sports show too.
Right.
And I remember one of the first times I met Kathy, and we were just kind of like in a conversation, and she started talking basketball, and I was kind of like, I didn't really know Kathy. I just, and I'm like, this lady knows the game a little bit.
She know the game. She know the game.
So then later on, I was sharing with somebody, hey, I was talking with this lady, Kathy, and they said, that's Jack's daughter.
Right.
Right. So then it all clicked.
Right.
Oh, she know the game, know the game, right?
Yep.
And it's a different conversation for people who know basketball. Right. And that's, I'm sure that's that way for all sports.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's a different conversation because you can tell when a person's comments are authentic and they understand what they're saying as opposed to maybe regurgitating something someone else said.
Right.
Yeah, she knew the game.
Right.
Right. So you've had these special people in your life who knew basketball, were around basketball, were a part of your guiding light. And so let's talk a little OSU for a minute then, right? Is that cool? Can we go to OSU?
Yeah,
right. So you go to OSU, and I think Coach Burns Burns your coach, right?
Yeah.
So just give us a little bit of memory of Ohio State and what that experience was like.
Ohio State was amazing.
Okay.
As a kid at that age, walking in, you don't know what you're walking into. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I look back at it, do not understand how we were able to even the day-to-day. I don't know how, like my body, and I was even able to do that because you understand that, like, you're not coming from full heavy, weightlifting and these types of things. And, your body can go into shock. Your mind can go into shock.
That's
I have full coursework, in college that I have to keep up with.
Yeah.
I look back at it.
Back when we actually had to keep up with.
Keep up with it
because
yourself.
See, there's two different types of schooling going on out here, people.
Yeah.
And we're at a time, and I'm not saying there's not things going on, but I certainly can remember the load of having to keep up with classes and practice and signing off on the practice timesheets.
Everything.
Right. Signing off on the practice. He's only supposed to practice so many hours. I remember looking at the first time on our time sheet, I said, no, we practiced more than that, didn't we?
Sure.
This is the time sheet that you signing off on, but we practiced a little bit more than that. They said, well, some of them hours don't catch up with that when you always shoot around.
Right.
Oh, got you.
It was just a amazing experience. I feel that I was just fortunate. I mean, I had friends and sisters. Anybody that I was on the team with, I consider them a sister still to this day.
Yeah.
Just
local
being
Central Ohio people were on that team.
Local Central Ohio, Tanya McClure. Turner. You got Lauren Shank. You have Katie Motter. I mean, and we all were dating Lady Hoop stars.
Yeah.
That's what people don't know. So just being able to go and actually get it done.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that during my 4 years, never late, never academically ineligible, never get called to the office for the wrong thing. So the thing in reflection I can say is at Ohio State, I learned who I was.
Okay.
Basketball taught me who I was.
Wow. Okay.
So just being able to be free, that's like basketball court is like my place of freedom.
Yeah.
I go out there. People should be like, how are you so high energy and do all this? Man, we practice for 4-5 hours. Right. For this 40 minutes, I'm going to knock your head off. Right. Like, that's just the mentality of those who are great. Exactly. No disrespect, but,
but that really is also a part of, like, I don't know where it's went.
Yeah.
It used to be a part of our Columbus grit.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. That's what, like, hey, look, I'm gonna tap on my chest. We're gonna slap on the floor. We're gonna go get after it. Like, we gonna find it out, right? You know what I mean?
For sure.
And with whatever level of success we had, we was always trying to give it our most.
For sure.
So I'm sorry, but you're saying, so Ohio State, great sisterhood, phenomenal experience. So let's get into some of the fun stuff for a moment.
All right.
Right.
I'm getting into some numbers there.
Get into some numbers. So you're ranked in Ohio State history in the top 25 in steals and assists. For your career.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about the WNIT championship. Y'all won an NIT championship?
Yes, we did.
What year
that was pretty memorable. When did I graduate? That might have been, was that 01 or 02?
Oh, I think that would have been probably 02.
Maybe 02.
Okay.
We actually, in WNIT, we had to play here. I made a game-winning shot to put us
That's right.
in the championship.
That's right.
And it was funny because it was against the University of Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I ended up working and coaching for the University of Cincinnati. So that was something I kind of came in with a little,
Come on, now,
you remember that. Yeah, for sure. So,
come on, go look in the books.
But that was an amazing experience. I felt like that was like winning a national title for us.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we just had so much fun doing it together, man. I remember going to New Mexico and we couldn't breathe, just being in the altitude. So it was a lot of things we had to press through to get there. All our family support, man. It just was a memorable moment.
Okay. Now, in my production notes, I have here that you had a game with 10 steals.
Yeah, I was kind of angry at that game.
Like...
Yeah.
What you mean kind of angry? I want to hear a little bit more about that. From one guard to another guard. I mean, what, 10 steals?
Well, it was a girl from Northwestern. I don't remember. It was a girl from Northwestern. I was in the corner about to shoot a three-pointer, and I had like a nice game when we played. But she did one of those closeout rolls.
Oh, yeah.
So she hurt my knee. I'd never been hurt ever in my whole career.
Yeah.
And I had like an MCL strain.
Okay.
So I didn't get to really fully play again until we played Northwestern. And I told him I'm going to give her a nightmare.
On the second game, second go around. Okay.
Said, I'm going to give you a nightmare. If anybody's ever watched my game, I like playing high intensity. 90 baseline to baseline.
Baseline to baseline.
And every time she put it down there, I just...
Come on. You either gonna pick it up or you gonna I'm gonna take it from
And I was screaming in her face.
Yeah, the whole I get it.
It was one of those moments to where she needed to know
you had
that.
to find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I might have had a couple high school games with like maybe 6.
Man.
And I felt like I was taking it every single time.
And they were 10 front court steals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not
I know.
In the passing lane. This was one-on-one.
This is 10. You bring the ball up the court, and I'm like, it's either going to pick it up or I'm going to take it from you. Yeah. Hey, look, I read that. I was sitting, I was going through that. I said, and you could, I'm just smiling because as you know, as guard to guard, you think about that. And I share with these young guards all the time. Like, hey, look, no disrespect to you, but I wouldn't even let you bring the ball up the court. They don't even understand what I'm saying. You would be in the back court. I'm going to have you picking the ball up with it back over your head like this on one foot trying to find an outlet pass to get rid of it. Because I'm just going to turn you so many times you're not even going to be able to keep the ball on the floor. I don't see a lot of that anymore. It's just missing so much. It drives me crazy when I watch games because I go, come on, you're supposed to make it hard for that person to get this ball up the court, right?
Yeah.
Now, you also got selected to play a little bit of international basketball as like a Big Ten group of players. What was that like?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got a lot of different best friends out of the group. So it was like the people that you competed at the high level, we had to go play together. That was almost like a... Coming from Columbus, it was different because that was my first time actually flying international.
Okay.
When we got over there, we were in Paris, Switzerland.
Nice.
We were in some phenomenal places.
Sounds like it.
So it was like almost like a dream come true. It was almost like the time Love and Basketball came out. So it was like, come on, man, this isn't really how it is. But we really had that experience over there. You know, when you go in, it gives you an honor and respect for America and how you do over here. You know, you're playing in little sport court, you know, arenas, and the honor of being an American, man, it was life-changing, actually. Wow. Yeah. Just to be able to see different monuments all off basketball, man. It was like...
Game can take you a lot of places.
Game can take you a lot of places. So I actually, you know, was excited, you know, that somebody and whoever voted, you know, voted and thought about me. So it was just a humbling experience, and thankful that I still talk to some of those
that vote wasn't by accident.
Right.
Your body of work, what you put into the game. You know, if you put it in, it'll find its way to reward you. You know, I share with people when I get a handful of folks, they'll ask me, and we had a great opportunity when I was in school. We played in Fairbanks, Alaska. I'm never going to Alaska. You know I mean, if it's not for this opportunity. And I can remember, like you just shared, just the feeling, you're like, oh, you know, like all of this off of being able to just play the game a little bit, right?
Which is huge.
Which is huge, right? Which is huge. So they're telling me we only got a little bit of time left.
Okay.
Your body of work shares so much more than Marion-Franklin and OSU. So am I missing any memory you want to share? Which is there something that you think, come on, we didn't get to yet? And if not, that's okay. I'm just asking you because I don't want to miss out on something that might be memorable or special to you. No,
only thing I can say is whatever you do, man, in this basketball thing, it could teach you a lot. Just identify what's in your seed.
I like that. I like that a lot. But we're gonna stay in it for a moment though. So, do you still follow the game a little bit? Because you did some coaching. Yeah. But we'll jump past some of that here for a moment. Do you still follow the game?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Okay. You tell me. Tell the listeners. Tell the world. How's the state of the game right now?
I don't like the state of the game right now.
Yeah.
At all. I think that it's been watered down. Giving people false hopes of life. So coming up soon, we're going to have some big rollout of some things that'll hopefully give the, you know, life pump to the game. That's needed on all levels. I mean, I have a 10-year-old son. I see it on those levels, you know, older kids levels, collegiate levels. I just think we need to get back down to the foundation and the main thing.
Certainly.
And honor those who have paved the way.
Honor you.
The way.
Come on, give out flowers on days like this,
Appreciate it.
I'll share this, and I'm not blaming social media. You and I have a common piece with social media, and it's not something that we really involve ourselves in. But I'll share this as part of an example. This is only an example. Happened this season. I'm not going to say the school. School's not important because so many kids do it. But I was at a game. And the high school team had got blown out. Okay. I'm not even gonna say if it's boys or girls, but they had got blown out. And then later on that night, a buddy of mine sent me a text message because I only get social media through kind of text. Somebody screenshot something for me, and they sent me a text message, and they showed me that the kids on the losing team, and when I say blown out, they lost by like 40, I think.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but like a real blowout. We ain't talking about you lost by 15. I'm talking about you got blown out, right?
Yeah.
They sent me a text and showed that the kids on the losing team had dug through the footage of the game and found maybe their 2 or 3 highlights and posted them.
Oh, gosh.
I'm thinking to myself, you lost by 40 and you posting highlights. There's no highlights in a 40-point blowout. Like, you know, and I'm only giving this as an example, and I'm not hating on anybody for all the listeners out there. This is, I'm just sharing that, like, I would recommend to you, when you lose by 40, go get in the lab. Don't worry about posting anything on that particular night, young people. Just go get back in the lab. Am I missing it, or is that a halfway decent example?
No,
from one
that's
hooper to the next?
Amazing. You keep saying that because they need to get it, and sometimes the truth is gonna make you. Yeah. But guess what? They need to check themselves. Right. I mean, because
I was just shocked. Like, how you posted 40? A highlight when you lost by 40?
Man, you better have a blackout on the computer. Don't get on it the whole season.
You ain't gonna see nothing from me until like so I think for young people, we got this piece going on with young people where I find a lot of kids want all the glory and all the and all the showering of love, but they don't want to do the work. That's what I see, and I share with you young people. Just getting whatever is your thing.
Right.
If it's basketball, it's basketball.
Right.
If it's track, if it's music, it's music.
Right.
But you got to do the work.
Right.
You can't just expect to get all the glory and the results if you're not going to do the work.
Nothing in life comes without work.
Right.
And the best time that you'll do the most work is when you fail.
Yes, indeed.
So just make sure. And in the Michael Jordan's quote, you can't make the game-winning shot if you don't shoot.
That's right.
But you have to learn to shoot first. Let's break this thing down.
Right.
And the greatest athletes and the greatest people in the world, they don't have to speak, their work speaks. Mm-hmm. So let's shut our mouths and let's get back to the work. I think it'll shift a little bit of things.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm going to share this to kind of tease you a little bit. I think we rescheduled the show once or twice. And
busy schedule.
I'm glad you said
busy schedule.
Hey, look, but let me share this. I'm so glad we got this show in.
Appreciate
I'm
you.
humbled as the host of the show and a person who gets the opportunity to sit down. Like I'm blessed that you came here to share with us your stories, who you are. I want people to know, hey, look, when they see you out, come on.
Absolutely.
Come on, you know what I mean? Because you were doing it long before.
Yeah.
I hear somebody say, such and such had 27. I said, well, Tomeka Brown had 37.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember all kinds of 27s. That was an off night for it. That was a regular old night. See, when I look at 27 3/4, right?
And smacking the backboard, trying to do it with two hands.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I started off sharing with all the listeners. You're one of the special ones. Fun show. I'm honored that you came here to join us here today. And so now I got to do all the outro stuff and get us out of here. But certainly appreciate you for being here. Appreciate everybody who listens to the show. Catch us on all future episodes on Radio WCBE 90.5 FM. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or catch us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. For all of our IG people, follow us on Instagram at City League Sports 614. I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarno. That's one of the special ones over there, folks, in the Legacy Lounge, Tomeka Brown. This is City League Sports, and we're out of here.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yes,
that was
indeed.
awesome.